Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrin. Today's video will be taking a look at all the Outlaw rogue changes up until today, and recently they added subtlety rogues into the mix and they did a bit of changing for both subtlety and Outlaw. There's not a lot of assassination rogue changes because assassination isn't out in alpha, but I'll be going over today for Outlaw, all the changes for Outlaw rogues in terms of PvP, as well as the base class changes, as well as basically clearing up any miscommunication that I heard over the forums and misinterpretation of abilities such as the Outlaw Rogue, the weapon, the artifact weapon, and one of its main abilities. But basically, let's get onto it, let's dive into it. The first change that affects both Outlaw and Subtlety is Blind, which is now going to be for both specializations of Outlaw and Subtlety. They gave it to Subtlety, but they changed its cooldown from 20 seconds to 2 minutes. In a way, it's like we're back to like putting classes, giving them similar abilities, but I guess it's fine because maybe the PvP portion of the game would have been too strong. Blind maybe was too strong, maybe it wasn't strong enough for Subtlety. Both specs maybe needed it, and 2-minute cooldown was fine with it. So I guess it's fine. I just like the whole Outlaw can do it every 20 seconds, but that gives Outlaw rogues the Outlaw rogue talent of Parlay becomes kind of useful, because then it basically does replace your blind, but then gives you a 20-second cooldown CC, which you can use on a target. So in a way, it buffs this ability and makes blind less of a, just a powerful CC, giving Parlay an option to be a viable choice. And I guess that's basically what they're going for. On top of it, they're probably just trying to help out Subtlety a little and balance out the whole idea of 20-second blind. Castaway has been removed off of the PvP talents for Outlaw rogues, and their abilities did change. I will go over this at the very end, all the changes that were made to the Outlaw rogue PvP talents at the end. I'm just going to go over what is, on paper on Blizzard, and then I'll go over exactly what was replaced and what was changed. They added cheap tricks and control is king, which we'll be going over for the PvP talents, and those are actually pretty cool ideas, and I like control is king. Cheap tricks, I'm not sure about it. Dismantle is changed cooldown from 1 minute to 45-second cooldown, which might make it a usable ability where you disarm an enemy and prevent use of any weapons or shield for 8 seconds, and replaces blind. So you won't have Dismantle and Parlay, or maybe you could have Dismantle and Parlay, and you'll just have a Sap and Dismantle. Oh, that'd be kind of weird. That'd be crazy. Deadman's Reach has also been changed, and it has been removed actually. It's an ability or a PvP talent that used to increase your range of run through by 7 yards, which I thought maybe might not be all that great. I know Outlaw looks like you might struggle with mobility in terms of PvP, but it just didn't seem right to have a talent for PvP just to increase the run through by 7 yards. I'm pretty sure there were other options that were better. I forget what Deadman's Reach was on a PvP talents though. New one added, Drink Up Me Hearties and Crimson Vial can be passed on to friends. So basically, you got Healthstone, Warlock Healthstones as an Outlaw rogue only. So that's really cool. But it does replace Drink Up Me Hearties, where Crimson Vial also heals targets within 10 yards for 15% of their maximum health. So everybody will have their own Crimson Vial to drink up. The question is just how much health does it give you, and if it was more than 15% of maximum health, then it's better. If it was less, then it's nerfed. But the fact that everybody has their own Crimson Vial and they can use it at any moment is also a buff in its own, so you're not reliant on the Outlaw rogue to be nearby you to get a heal in order to heal everybody else. Everyone can manage for themselves. I'm pretty sure this is going to put a cooldown once you get all the Crimson Vials out in PvP. It might have a cooldown for Healthstones, but if it doesn't, that'd be pretty OP. Plunder Armor now has a 10-second lasting duration. It didn't used to have any, so that's kind of interesting. And again, it doesn't replace your enemy, it doesn't dismantle enemies' weapons or armor. It only steals the equipment for 10 seconds, where you deal 20% more damage and have 20% more health, and the enemy loses 20% more damage and 20% health. They brought back Tricks of the Trade for Outlaw rogues with its increased capabilities for damage. Mark an ally, causing them to have their damage increased by 15% for 8 seconds whenever you perform a 5-point or greater finisher. Only one target can be marked for Tricks of the Trade once. It doesn't say that this so it seems like you mark it friendly and it stays on them, so every time you perform a finisher they deal 15% extra damage. That's OP. Imagine getting a full stun whistle on a target, right? So that's a 5-point finisher. The friendlies dealing 50% more damage. You get a eviscerate in there while bursting, they still continue dealing more damage. That's crazy. it doesn't even say offensive finishes, so it could be slice and dice. You put up a full slice and dice, and not recoup anymore, but slice and dice up, bam, friendlies are dealing 15% extra damage. That's pretty cool. The artifact trait, again, to explain it, what the Accursed Blades do. It's a 1 minute cooldown, an ability that you can apply whenever. I was pretty sure it was a proc. It lasts for 8 seconds, but it's a pretty cool effect. Let me explain. Once you use Curse of the Dread Blades, every time you use your Saber Slash, you get maximum combo points. So you can have, so it's best to start with 0 combo points. Use Curse of the Dread Blades, Saber Slash, maximum combo points, Eviscerate. Or Saber Slash, maximum combo points, Slice and Dice. Slash, Stun. No, I guess you can go with this. Slash, Stun, slash, Slice and Dice, slash, Eviscerate. But every time you use a finisher, it consumes 5% of your total health. So it's a really cool way to get your full heal, Slice and Dice back up, or get a full stun on the target. So it might even replace capabilities of a Mark for Death, maybe, possibly, just for Outlaw though. Maneuverability, sprint suppresses all movement impairment effects for 4 seconds when used. I'm pretty sure all 3 rogue specs share this though. Next one is Boarding Party, which is new. Between the Eyes increases the movement speed of all friendly players within 10 yards for 30% for 5 seconds. So when you use Between the Eyes, which is your kidney at a range, when you stun an enemy, friendlies around, you get more speed. That's pretty neat. I know that applies to you, I would think, all friendly players. So if we stun a target, 30% increased speed for 5 seconds. I'm not sure how that'll work in arenas, let's say. That could be pretty cool in BGs though. Target a healer, stun him, everybody rushes over. Outlaw Rogue, only PvP talent, it seems like. I don't think is going to be shared by others. Yeah, so we have unfair advantage for assassination and subtlety gets smoke bomb. So Outlaw does get Trickle trait, which is kind of cool. I think it's something I would end up using into his arenas. Control is King is the one I want to talk about. When enemies within 1 yard of you are stunned, silenced, or polymorphed, you gain 5 seconds of adrenaline rush. So playing with a mage who can silence and polymorph, you run by an enemy that has poly, adrenaline rush. You stun a target, adrenaline rush. I think this is going to be really cool. Control is king. Tricks, after coming out of blind, the target's chance to miss attacks is increased by 1% until cancelled. I'm pretty sure they're going to change it up so they have a certain amount of miss chance. Maybe the longer they sit in the blind, so if they trinket early, they have less capabilities for it. Also, Between the Eyes reduces the energy cost of your pistol shot by 1% until cancelled. I'm pretty sure it's going to be increased in the future. That's an interesting ability. I just would want to see just how, what's the percentage chance to miss attacks, and what's the percentage chance for enemies to miss attacks after the blind, and for how long does it last? And then the question of just how much energy cost reduction is there for pistol shot after using Between the Eyes down the line. I'm pretty sure these numbers aren't normalized yet. But so far, I'm very much excited of these changes to Outlaw Rogues. I think this is actually really cool. So let me know what you guys think. This has been an update for 2/13/2016, February 13th, 2016, for the alpha rogue changes. I'm yet to get in the alpha, but I would love to check this all out for myself and test the damages and everything, get some duels in, get some PvP going. But hopefully we'll see more changes coming out in the future, and I'm still waiting up to see what's going to be happening to Assassination. I'm going to go record the video for Subtlety, take a look at all the changes that they get. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name is Darren, and I'll see you guys in the next one.